Okay, we're seeing if we have any audio going on. Give it a second here. Okay, we got audio. Everything's rocking and rolling. Very cool. Give it a few seconds here, see if anybody joins the live stream and joins the live chat here. If you're joining in with the chat, drop your name in the chat. I want to know who's hanging out with us tonight, Saturday night, on Saturday the 6th right now. Yeah, let me know if you're joining the stream. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, let's get started here. Okay, give it a minute or so here. Taking a sip of my coffee. Okay. Okie dokie. Okay. Cool. Good evening, friends. How we all doing tonight? I'm so happy you can join the live stream tonight. And if you're catching this on the replay, appreciate you watching the replay. If we haven't met before, my name is Paul Angeli. I'm a live action storyboard artist, and I bring to you this YouTube channel. The channel is pretty much dedicated to visual storytelling, whether it be for live action film, feature animation, just typical televised animation, music videos, YouTube videos, or some corporate videos. But this is the focus right now is visual storytelling. A lot of folks are comic book artists too, joining the live streams and learning about visual storytelling. I created this channel to give back to you, my friends out there, that are pursuing either careers as a storyboard artist or visual storyteller. And with this YouTube channel, I try to pass on my journey, my processes, and hopefully that information could create some value for you and help you on your own personal journey. When I go back and look back at my creative career, it's there's people that popped up here and there throughout time, and it's always great to have a mentor or somebody to help show you the ropes. And hopefully this channel can do that for you. I update 3 times a week right now with my live sessions. Today is the Saturday jam session, and we'll talk a little bit more about the programming. But again, I created this channel for you to learn and to watch at your leisure. So please watch the replay. And if this, and also to just subscribe, I'd appreciate it. So if you don't get a chance right now here live, and you get a chance to watch the replay, please do so. So don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification button so you're notified when one of my live videos are going to play, or one of my videos or shorts. So anyways, I appreciate everybody joining on the stream, and let's see who we have going on today. So Spicer's on. Hey Spicer, how you doing? Spicer says, what's going on, brother? I hope you had a good weekend. Yeah, no, it was a crazy weekend. I was driving out to the university over here on the East Coast. We had a huge snowstorm that hit us, and I was getting my oldest back into his dorm over in Erie, Pennsylvania, and boy, man, we just made it. I didn't know if I was going to be able to host a live stream or if I was going to be stuck in snow today. We got quite a few I think it was about 8-9 inches over here where I'm at in Pennsylvania. So lots of snow. So Spicer, thanks so much for joining in. I'm happy I could have the live stream today. So a little bit about the programming that we have going on with these live streams. I've been coming at you 3 times a week on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And let me pull up that sort of cue card here. And so on Tuesdays, I pretty much do all the tutorials and how-tos on Tuesdays. And that would be storyboarding, mastering the basics. And we've done all sorts of great, we've done over 35 different live streams here on the channel, and please go back, check out that playlist for mastering the basics. So if you're new to storyboarding, go ahead, take a look at that playlist, and there's a lot of great information, you know, sort of the cheats and tips and tricks on how to get going into storyboarding, as well as I took a storyboard all the way from a shooting script all the way through to an animatic on our different various weeks of getting together. Others on composition, camera angles, camera shots. There's a lot of wealth of great information on there for you to enjoy at your leisure. And then on Thursdays, we have our sketching after hours. And I can't, you know, talk about that enough. I think sketching is so important. I think Spicer, you and I were talking about it last time. You got to put in those reps, you know, put in those pencil reps of, you know, going in and working in that sketchbook. And since we kicked off 2024, I've had 2 really great live streams that you might want to catch up on if you haven't seen them, or watch them again if you need to. The first one is, you know, taking massive action on your art. Whether you're a storyboard artist, a cartoonist, an illustrator, an animator, whatever you want, take massive action this year. Have those goals, have those goals set out for yourself, and take massive action. You know, we can sit there and write down goals all day, but we want them to be smart. We want them to be, you know, totally doable. And I sort of, if you go back to that video that I just had, it breaks it down into how I use blocking and how I go week by week in terms of my goal setting, and how do I get those things done on top of, you know, clients that I'm working with or things I'm doing outside of these live streams. So that's pretty important. And then, like I said, on Thursdays we have our sketching after hours, and I use my sketchbook for many different things other than just drawing images. You know, I use it for documentation, I use it for note-taking, I use it for ideas, to create an idea bank, on top of, you know, my learning processes of, you know, maybe I see a great shot. I'm watching, I think I was watching, I was big on that Reacher show that's on Amazon Prime, and as I'm sitting there, I'm sort of scribbling down some notes of shots I think are cool, or to use whenever the next opportunity comes I need to do an action scene. So I have that. So keep the sketchbooks going, my friends. Keep drawing. Okay, and then on today's, like today, I have my storyboard jam sessions, and the storyboard jam session is just a session that I create a topic, we have some fun, we storyboard it out. You at home can storyboard your own version of this particular topic or idea. I'm not coming in with any ideas. I'm just going to sort of wing it and have some fun and storyboard with you folks, and you can sort of see it in process, and it's lots of fun. So again, 3 days a week, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. If you can't join the live stream, please watch on the replay. So if this is bringing you some great value watching this programming on my channel, please, I ask you to subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. And I thank you very much for taking the time out of your busy day to watch the videos. And then I said, don't forget to put that like button on, and leave me a comment. I'm also going to leave you the information here of how to get a hold of me too. Again, my name is Paul Angeli. I'm a live action storyboard artist, and you could reach me on my email, and that would be mr.paul.angeli@gmail.com. Feel free, drop me a line anytime, or if you have a question, drop it in there. Also, you can check out my website at www.paulangeli.com. Again, I had a quick little image here of that particular, wrong one. Dude, where'd you go? Right there, and there's the website right there if you want to check it out. Please feel free to check it out. And then You could also catch me over here on YouTube and then over on Instagram. Just look up my handle. And a lot of my friends out there are communicating with me via DM on Instagram. So those are all the different ways to get a hold of me, whether it be contact or inquiries. Go for it that way. That'd be great. So very cool. Let's turn this all off. Very good. So let's go back to the chat real quick. See what we have on. I still have my buddy Spicer on. I appreciate you coming in consistently and sharing your knowledge and insights. Keep up the great work. I appreciate it, and I thank you, Spicer, for jumping on the live stream. I super appreciate it, and it's always great to have some feedback while we're going live. I sort of do the live sessions so we can have conversations, and I think on Thursday we had a really great conversation going on, and I really appreciate it. When I'm doing the live streams, it's a little bit different than doing an edited video where I'm talking to the camera and stuff like that. So I just try to leave it more dynamic. I know I have some other plans coming down the road, so we can create an environment that we can chat in person and provide that opportunity for you. So as you develop your skill sets or want to learn more, I can help you with that. Anyway, let's get into today's topic. And let me talk about this one. Like I said earlier when I started the live stream, I was taking my oldest son back to university to get him in for his spring semester, and move-in weekend was this weekend, and we have a big snowstorm that hit this afternoon, and our goal was to get out to the Erie area over here in Pennsylvania as fast as we could, and my wife and I had to jam back as fast as we could so we could beat the storm, and I think we made it back to the home turf with about 30 minutes of going with the falling snow. And as I kept getting close to the house, snow was piling up. So any longer we would have been snowed out. So I was a little nervous today if we could make it to the live stream tonight. But I made it. We're here. We're ready to rock. So Spicer, I appreciate you jumping on. And consistency, man, I'm there. So when we say we're going to do something, we're going to do it. So great attitude. Appreciate that. So while we were driving, we were cruising, my wife is always throwing me these great ideas, and she always is challenging me and stuff. So we're driving, we're going through different films and stuff like that, shooting movie talk and stuff, and I'm just like, well, I have my jam session tonight. What should we be doing? What should we be hanging out doing? And she scratches her head. She's, thumbing through her phone, and, she's coming up with ideas, and she's like, how about this, or how about that? And I'm cool. And she's all, I got it. And I was like, what is it? And she's all, hey, I want you to do your live stream tonight, and I'm going to challenge you to do it on a girls roller derby. Okay? And I'm like, girls roller derby? Okay, cool. My wife is we're old school here, and she was a heck of a skater when we first met. So, I said, okay, I'll take you up on the challenge. Bring it on, Mama. Bring it on. And so tonight we're gonna have some fun, and we're gonna do a little thing on, or a little sequence based on a roller derby, girls roller derby. Okay, so in the movies they get crazy and they start doing battle scenes and punching and kicking and all sorts of stuff. I don't know if we're going to do that today. We'll sort of see where it flows. Those are illegal moves or penalty moves in the sport of roller derby. But let's talk about it and have some fun. So, roller derby. Any other questions before I get started? Spicer, anything else? And anybody else who's jumping on, please drop your name in the chat. Type it in there. Say, hey, Paulie, how you doing? It's me. I always love the feedback and stuff. So very cool. So I'm going to get started here if there's no other questions or anything else in the chat. Very cool. I appreciate you good folks hanging out with me on a Saturday night. Okay. And it just turned midnight too. Cool. Okay. So roller derbies. Okay. So the concept of the roller derby is sort of exciting. It goes way back in time as well, and it's sort of exciting when you're talking about it. So the sport of roller derby it came out in 1935 in Chicago, Illinois, and that was sort of the first roller derbies coming out. It was more of a contact sport. All all the ladies, for roller derbies, they wore skates, and there was some, there's contact with it. But when you're watching a real roller derby match, 60-minute match. You know, there, you can use your hips, you can use your, there's certain illegal moves that you can't do. So in the movies, we over glorify, punching and kicking and, making it crazy. There were a lot of movies that came out during the time. I know Raquel Welch, the infamous bombshell, back in the day in the 60s and 70s, a lot of movies, famous actress did a version of that. There's been a few different, movies on these type of skate type movies and things like that. So I thought it'd be sort of fun to challenge ourselves with that tonight. So a little bit about it. I don't know how much you know about roller derby. I was learning a lot myself. So let me get my Photoshop up here and sort of talk about roller derby. Okay, so we go over here. Okay, let's move this to the side a little bit and get some. We'll do some initial drawings over here. Cool, put a layer on here. Okay, so a roller derby, and I don't know, Spicer, if you're familiar with roller derbies and stuff like that, but let's see how big this is. Okay, so a roller derby. It's going to be in a, turn this down a little bit. And I think it'd be sort of fun to talk about this a little bit too before I get started on the drawing part. When we're talking about roller derbies and things like that, and storyboard assignments, there's a lot of work that's starting to come down the pipeline. You don't know what you're going to get, and we have to create some movie magic working with our director or client on a particular project. And so you have all the rudimentary skills of storyboarding and your tool sets of all those things, but let's say you don't know anything about roller derby. Okay, and you've got a high-profile film or a cartoon or whatever you want to do, that you're getting assigned, that you're getting hired to do, and it's like, I don't know anything about that sport. Maybe it's bowling or something. You're like, I don't know how bowling works, or pool or something like that. Where or we're playing football or something else. So you're going to do a certain amount of research. So I'm not a proficient, and I do apologize for you folks out there that are roller derby sports players. And if correct me, type it in the chat if I said something wrong. Please do, because I'm learning myself, and it was sort of interesting doing the research. So let's say I have my shooting script, and I'm going to go through, and maybe we'll play around with that when we do this exercise for today. Is I'll write down some shots, and then we'll put those shots together and see how our storyboard sequence can come out. But you got to do a certain amount of research, in terms of what you're doing. I know a lot of times it's like, well, I need to draw a certain type. Maybe there's some trucks, and I need maybe it might be some a semi truck that has a oil tanker on it or something, or gasoline rig or something like that, or it needs to be a plane, and it's a commercial airliner. What am I drawing? You have to do that research. So I took a little bit of time and did a little bit of research on roller derby, and like I said, the year it came out in Chicago, Illinois, and I believe, like I was saying, came out in 1935, so it was quite a while ago. And you have the teams going on. So let me shrink Big Polly to Little Polly, and let's pull up our Photoshop. Boom. Let's turn on Little Polly and turn off Big Polly. Okay, there we go. Okay, so here we have our screen. Okay, so let's bring into Photoshop here. So roller derby is on a oval track. So let's just make our track here. It's on an oval track. And it's sort of like this type of track, okay? And it either can be a flat track or a, or what is it, a curved track, I believe, that's on a grade. So let me get this down a little bit. So this is our roller derby there, okay? And like I said, I think it's called either it's going to be a flat track, not a fat track, a flat track, Paul. Or it's going to be on a banked. And then all that's going to do is, so say this is the bottom of the track, it might curve up on a light grade like that. So the players are, you know, swooping around the track, okay? So there's two different ways, either the flat track or the curved track, okay? And it's a 60-minute session. There's two 30-minute half times in it, so it's 60 minutes. Let's change the color here. Put some rules down so we can talk about this. It's a 60-minute time. You get 2x 30-minute halves. Okay, and each and they call the sections. So in those 30-minute halves, they have 2-minute jams. And sort of funny. I thought it was sort of ironic. We're doing a jam session, and here roller derbies have jams, making it sort of fun. Okay, so with that said, each team, let me change the color here on this one. Let's get it to some cool blue. Teams are going to have 14 players. And again, if I'm saying this wrong to those roller derby fans and players out there, let me know. Okay, there's 14 players to a team, and 5 players on the track at a time. Okay, during each of those 2-minute jams. Okay, and they consist of. So let's go a little bit deeper into the players. Okay, so with the players, let me get another layer in here. And so that's why I was saying, when you're a storyboard artist and you don't know too much about the topic, that you got to do the research. So I spent a little bit of time and to do some research I could share with you guys and gals out there what the heck roller derby is all about. And there's like so many different leagues and so many different teams, it's crazy. So like I said, 14 players on each team, 5 players are on the rink at any one time. So if we're looking at it, let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so these are the 4 players on each team. So let's just say over here, the red is going to be team 1, team A, and this team is team B. Okay, and with both of those teams, let's just say team A, go back to the red. There's a red there, a red there, a red there, a red there. Okay, and then the blue team, there's a blue person here, blue person here, blue person, blue person. Okay, so these 4 individuals on either side. So these group of 4, they're called the blockers. Get that down just a tad bit. They're the blockers. Okay? Those are the blockers, individuals that are the blockers. And then, get my black up there, the 5th person on each of the teams. Let's just say I have one here. And one there. Okay, so then we would go and one is going to be blue. And the other one is going to be red. I think this is appropriate for tonight. And these individuals are going to be called the jammers. So that makes up their 5 people on either side, okay? So that makes it pretty interesting right there. And so when the 2-minute round, the whistle goes, and the whistle goes, the jammer is trying to break through the pack. So let's grab one of these. Let's make a duplicate layer here. Okay. And so okay, we're going to erase all this stuff. And what the goal, I'm going to use the one, the red jammer. And the red jammer, when the whistle blows, let's sort of do a quick little move around type of animation. So if that person's starting here, the whistle blows, they're trying to get through all these different players, and these blockers could form what we call a pack, and they sort of pack or create a wall to block this girl from getting through, but she wants to bust through this group, make it around the track, and then when she gets around the track on the next lap within that first 2 minutes, she's every blue player that the jammer passes will get a point. And so that process continues still going on for the next 2 minutes. And it's sort of exciting to see that happen. And they also have, so they're sort of watching, they're getting the points. And then also too, if they put their hands on their hip, it stops the clock and it stops the jam on that particular 2-minute session. And the points are tallied, and then maybe the teams will pop off. The next 5 ladies will jump onto the track, do it again, do another jam for another 2 minutes until the halftime, and then have their halftime break, and then go in and finish off the last 30 minutes to make a 60-minute round. There's also one of the blockers on each team that has a white stripe. So the helmets, and we'll talk about let's just talk about the pivot. I think it's the pivots. So the pivots would be the individual that has a. Let me put this on there. That individual is going to have a white stripe down their helmet. Come on, white stripe here. They would have a white stripe down their helmet, and they can do a couple things. So it's like a cap over their helmet, and they can take that so if they have that stripe, they're the pivot. So with the other blockers, they're sort of the leader of the blockers, and calling the positions, calling those different things calling the plays, helping the jammer get through or get their jammer through or block the other jammer on the opposing team. And then they can also swap off with the jammer too to become the jammer as well. So there's a couple different things. And then as we were talking about that that individual is the jammers coming through too. They need to stay on the track. They can't go off the track. If not, they're out of bounds, and they have a penalty. Then they have to eventually go in after the pack and start back up again, so they get knocked out as they're fighting through the crowds. So, anyways, a few different things there. There's a lot of penalties for folks too. So I know we're going a little bit in depth on how a roller derby works. But I think it's important because if we're going to storyboard a roller derby, we sort of need to know the rules and how it works. And so when we're putting together the shots and those type of things, and sort of, how would you say this is like the mapping of how that track would look and stuff like that. So anyways, I hope that helps a little bit and gives you a little bit of detail on how roller derbies work. And then you have penalties and you have different things that can go on with it. I'm not going to go into all the rules. If you'd like to learn more, go find out and do some Google searches. But anyway, let's pull this back up again because I'm ready to start storyboarding. Drawing a little bit, storyboarding, and get this stuff going on. Okay, so we got this all together. Let's group that together. I don't need a smart object on that. Group those layers. We're going to call this roller derby rules. Okay. And then we can turn that off. Boop. Okay. Cool. I hope that helps. Get you a little. Let me take a sip of my cafe here. Okie dokie. Okay. So now it's like, so let's get into the drawing part. There's a couple things we need to know as well in terms of the rules and things like that. And then I'll show you how I'm setting up my page, and we'll take the layer comps again and play with those a little bit today. So also too, so if I'm drawing some warm-up sketches here and having some fun with this. So let's just say I'm drawing just a simple, quick female figure here in terms of what I'm doing here. And let's say this female figure give it a little attitude here. Let's just say this is our roller derby girl here. And we were talking about the helmet and stuff like that. So if she's wearing her helmet here, let's just say she has her helmet. If she has the star on the helmet, so if it signified with that, she would be the, let's just say she was on the red team. Just real quick as we're just sort of warming up a little bit here. Hope everybody's having a great Saturday night. I'm having fun too, just hanging out with you guys. If you can't catch this on the live stream, I hope you can catch this on the replay and you're watching the replay as we're doing this. Yeah, but as a board artist, like I said before, it's so important to do your research of you know, how this works and what's going on. And let's give her some look here. Maybe she's got. I'm just quickly knocking this stuff out. So let's say she would be the jammer. Okay, and let's just say grab this over here. I'll erase this. So as you're doing your work here, and with this one here, it's usually the white stripe on it or whatever it might be. I'm just going to color it in for red right now. And this would be your pivot. I believe that is. Those are the different ways that they wear their headgear, their helmet themselves. So some cool stuff. So with this too, that you have all sorts of. They almost have a flair of like the WWF, WWE, the wrestling and stuff. So everybody has some cool outfits and cool costumes and things like that. So as you're doing your research, there's some different things that people might be wearing and hanging out and doing, and so let's play around with that. But if you're getting some great value out of our little lessons here on the jam sessions, I appreciate everybody who's joining me tonight. But if you're having fun with these jam sessions, or whether you're watching this live or you're watching this on the replay, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. It lets me know that you're interested in seeing more content coming out from this channel. And like I said, don't forget to hit that bell notification button when you subscribe so you get notified of whenever I have a new live stream coming up or a video popping up on YouTube. And I'd really appreciate it. And don't forget to give this video a like, or also to drop me a comment or get in touch through Instagram. Really appreciate it. So let's while we're warming up here a little bit too, let's try some different details of different costs, different outfits some of these folks might be wearing and stuff like that. Like I said, it gets sort of cool. They get like a WWE thing going on and having some fun with it and stuff. So it's pretty cool. So let's look at some of those different ways some of these lady roller derby folks sort of put themselves together and sort of what they wear besides their knee pads, elbow pads, skates, and helmets there. So let's play around with that, and then we'll start boarding from there. So let me grab these two. Grab a new layer here. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Jammer. Pivot. I don't know if anybody's ever been to a roller derby match before. Be interesting to watch. Okay, so let's play around with some of the possible costume ideas and that type of thing. Keep it sort of simple here. I'm going to change my brush, use a little different brush on this. See which one I'm going to use today. Right here, I'm going to use that brush. Okay, let's see how that looks. Okay, so let's see how this will go. Okay, so let's play around with this a little bit and then we'll start boarding. Doop-a-doop. Okay, so let's say, gosh, just sort of thinking. This is where we can have some fun and try different things. You can see some of my cheats as I'm coming up with some of these ideas. So I've seen some just trying to think of some of the, they usually have some sort of like padding on their elbows here. Some will wear like a skirt type thing like that. Oh, let's shrink you down a little bit here. Let's say here. Oh, those arms are way too small, so let's, as they have their stoppers on there. Sometimes they have some stockings on. They're designing and coming up with some of these outfits and stuff. And let's just say we'll use this as a the helmet on. They'll have some sort of pads. Some sort of knee pads on there too. And then we can have some fun from there and try different outfits. Just to get some ideas. Thicken that line up a little bit. So I might have something like that, and have that goth look on it. So that might be one type of skater like that. Maybe another skater will be right here. Put her next to her. So like I said, one skater might look like that. And then maybe another skater. Let's just say, let's see here. Maybe she doesn't have the. Another skater might have the something a little bit different. Maybe she's got red, sort of that Bruce Lee look in there. Maybe her pads are in red. Something like that, and you know, just to create some variety. Maybe she has the stripes down her trousers and blouse, something like that. So, you know, like we said before, as we were going over everything too, you have these ladies here, a couple different outfits. Get this all together. Let's group this together. And we're going to call this hidden layer. Nope, I don't want to hide the layers. I want to group the layers, and we'll just say this costumes of the particular player. So one more time, we talked about the rules of roller derby. Let me check the chat real quick. Sounds like a couple more people jumped on. I got Spicer on. I got Maria. Hey Maria, how you doing? I hope everything's going well with you. Having a great Saturday night. Tonight's jam session is on roller derby, and we're going to do a roller derby session over here, but I appreciate you jumping on. Thanks so much. So again, just real quick, we're talking about roller derbies. As a storyboard artist, we're going to have to do research. If you're not familiar with these particular sports, and do some research. So roller derbies, like I said, came out in 1935 in Chicago, Illinois. That was the first roller derby. It's a little bit of contact sport where all of the players wear roller skates, and they're trying to get around that rink. It's usually a 60-minute session with two 30-minute halves, and the 30-minute halves are made up of 2-minute jam sessions. Most teams have 14 players each, and there's 5 players on the track at any one given time. The track could either be on a flat surface, or a flat track, or a bank track where it curves up, sort of like how you see some of those NASCAR tracks and things like that. Also, too, at the same time, with those 5 individuals, There are two teams. And for the first four on the team are called blockers, and the two stars represent the two jammers for each of the teams. And what the jammer is trying to do is trying to blow through the pack to get around, whip around the track first, and then on the second lap, anytime they pass the opposing team's opponents, they get a point. They must stay on the track. So the blockers are creating packs, and they have their leader within the four individuals with a white stripe called the pivot. And the pivot can eventually become a jammer if they want to, or they pretty much master the pack of blockers to prevent the opposing team getting through. So they'll make something called a wall or do other moves to keep the jammer from rolling around the track. Pretty much at the end of the day, whichever team has the most points at the end of the 60-minute period, they win. And then we also talked about the difference between the jammer and the pivot. The jammer is always going to have a star on their head, and the pivot will always have a white stripe across the top of their head. So so Maria was saying, whoa, so interesting. I've only seen roller derby in film in Birds of Prey. Yeah, that was a cool sequence too. I was going, like I was saying earlier, Maria, my wife and I were driving from dropping my son off over at university, and we're trying to beat a snowstorm over here on the East Coast. And so my wife challenged me and said, "Hey, listen, I love roller derby. So why don't you do a roller derby, a storyboard session tonight?" So I said, "Okay, cool." So that's what I'm challenging myself to do today. Anyway, those are the different players. So, like I said, as a storyboard artist, you got to sort of learn those rules and what's going on. So, and then these are the two different players we're playing around with different types of outfits. Let me take a sip of my coffee. So I'm going to turn that off real quick. I hope everybody's having a good night tonight. Real quick, let me pop this back on. I'm having a sip of my coffee. If you're getting some great value out of these lessons, I'd appreciate it for you subscribing to my channel and drop a like. And also too, when you subscribe, don't forget to click that notification button so it notifies you the next time I'm having a live stream. But I appreciate everybody joining on tonight. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee real quick. It's about almost 1:40 in the morning. Excuse me, 12:40 in the morning, and I'm ready to start storyboarding. But let me show you real quick. I'm going to be using a technique in Photoshop called layer comps, and maybe I might do a small tidbit video on how you can use layer comps in terms of your storyboarding and that good stuff. So let's go back over to the art panel. Boop, back to Little Polly, and let's talk about what I have set up here. So let me shrink this down a little bit. The naming convention and everything I have going on right now is I have my background right now. I have my frame that I put on there. I sort of have it at a 90% gray right now. I have that in there. And sometimes I don't like using the white background. Sometimes I might go in there. I might drop another background in there. And maybe I'll put another black background. Whoop. Let's go like this. Drop that background. Boom. It's there. But then what I'll do is I'll lighten it up and put it at a really light gray value so I can sort of see what I'm doing. Okay. So let me say background on here. And so I sort of keep the naming convention sort of together that way. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing right now. So if I see the first shot on my, this is an HD picture, or HD shot in terms of what I'm doing. I'm also leaving it. When I'm boarding too, I board in 300 DPI, so I have a high resolution for it. So if I'm going to a print or something else, I can utilize that. Okay, so with the layer comps, I have the layer comp window up right now, and what I can do with the layer comps, with the layer comp tool does is it lets me capture all the layers at a specific moment, and I can flip through those layers in terms of how I'm gonna be sketching out this particular sequence. And so let's have some fun with this real quick. So I'm going to not do it like that. I'm gonna darken this layer a little bit, like. Let's see how dark I want to make it. Oh, I see. Something. How about we do this? I'm going to turn this back. Frame all the way to black. Okay, so we have that there. Okay, and we're going to play with a little bit of color and things like that. So let's call this, so if on my layer comp window here in Photoshop, if I click this little new layer comp, boom, and hit it, I'm going to call it 001. It's going to be my first shot, okay? And when I go back to this, and I'll show you how I scroll through it, that'll save that shot there, okay? So I have that there, and I'm going to sit there and I'm going to just do a quick little drawing real quick. Move everything out of the way so I can work here. And so I'm going to put the first frame I have in there. I'm going to call this, I'm going to call that 001. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of a reverse thing here. I'm going to just work a little bit different than how I usually do. You can see different styles of how I'm working. I'm going to put in some I'm going to put in the track here. Put in some lights. In terms of what I'm doing there. And then what I'm going to have in there too is I'm going to draw the skater. I'm going to draw her in there, okay? So she's going to start small and then get bigger and bigger and bigger, okay? So I'm going to start draw off as a So I'm going to start it like that, okay? So what it will do, and with how the layer comp works, let's say I turn her off. Boop. You can sort of see what we have going on here. Okay, so we have this shot. So let's say that this is the rink itself, okay? And we have some lighting up there and stuff like that. Maybe we can add a quick little something in there too, just to make it interesting. We could always go back over here, create some lighting effects too. Go like that. Create some glows. And then we can play with that. So that's part of it. I can go back and change my brush again, back to that brush I liked that I was using for the girl. Do it up as a 4. Okay, so we have the lights on. So what I can do is add another layer comp on there, called 002. Boom. So what happens is as I'm scrolling through, you can see the lighting or the panel from frame to frame, and I can click through those panels or those shots. Okay, so say we're here. Now we're going to put the girl into it. Boom. She's coming around. Okay, so we can do another layer comp. Boom, call this 003. Okay. And, okay, so she's right there. So if we go back and look at this, so we have nothing, lights come on. She's going to be skating through. And then what I can do is with her, that's that shot right there, we can sort of do like an onion skin, like an animator. We could duplicate her layer. Boom. Okay. Then we can go and play with that particular character real quick. Transform the scale. She's going to be coming closer to camera. So we can put her right there, but we're going to have her positioned differently. Okay, so let's lighten her up a little bit so we can see the essence of that particular character. And she's going to be getting closer to camera. So I'm going to add a new layer in there. Let's thicken that brush a little bit. Can't see what I'm doing. So let's just say she's coming in there. Okay. See how that looks. As she's coming through. Let's change the arm a little bit. Then we can do like this, where we turn that other layer off back there. We call this 004. And so what we'd see would be like this. We'd show her going around the track. And we probably have one more shot of her going around the track. We'll duplicate her. Actually, let's turn that picture off. Start a new image right here. As she's coming closer to screen. And we'll just draw in here like this. Give her the white star or whatever. Maybe she's right here. Maybe she's coming through like that. Do another shot here. Around 005. So if we're looking at this again, so we're watching this go. Okay, and then we're going to get her here. We're going to have her change direction a little bit, but have her closer to the shot here. And so what I can do is with the brush, she's coming through here because she's coming closer. Into the screen. 006. Okay. And then the next shot we could do in here is just sort of have fun with this and just like one big black screen. Like this. Okay, goes to black. 007. Cool. Hope everybody's doing okay. And then the next shot after that, I can come in there, get some white text, or whatever. Let's get a hot pink. We'll just make this up. But okay, so that would be 7. This would be 8. And then maybe we might have one more little thing in there. Yeah, it does, Maria. Yeah, the pink goes well with the black. Plus it has that sort of, you were talking about the birds of prey thing. So let's have fun with that a little bit too. we do something like this. Oh. Do something like that. Add another thing. This would be, I think it's cancel that. I think we're down to 009. Zero. Okay, so you can, let me throw a quick save on here. Okay, so now with our, let's start with position 1. We can sort of see with these layer comps what we're creating here. And let me go through this sequence for you, friends, and sort of see what we quickly created real quick. And we're sort of at a thumbnail stage. We're not really doing a lot of detailed work. We're going to do some research into the costuming and the different women and different sizes and the ring and stuff like that. So anyway, lights come on. Skater comes into view. Towards the camera. Boom. Comes into blocks the camera. Boom. Roller girls. The death face. And then it goes, and then we go into our next shot. So this is what we're doing. Oop, a little too fast. So bam, 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 bam. Okay, cool. Then we can go off into our next shot. So having some fun with this. Okay, so let's get this cleaned back up. In terms of what we got cooking here, friends. So we can turn off all this stuff. And this shot is done for now. We could either go back to the white like this, or come up there and just do it later. Lighter gray. Throw it on there. Do like 10% will be 10% gray. Okay, cool. So we're sort of there. Okay. And you know, I'm thinking about. I'm sort of on the fly here, so like I said, if we got a, let me go back to this other screen here. So right now we've sort of shown you basic of how to do the layer comps. We've clicked through this sequence to introduce the title and have some fun with that. Now it's like, how are we going to tell the story? You know, what are we going to, how are we going to go about it? And at this point in time, we can make a shot list. I can just sort of have some fun and play around with this and sort of see where we can go in terms of you know, what's the visuals we want to see in this particular sequence. Do we want to start off with a whistle and the girls are all ready to go? Do we want to have a huddle? You know, how do we want to have this? And so as a storyboard artist, we're going to get those the shooting script from our client or the director. We're going to start breaking down the shot list from there, you know, and get those story beats where, you know, go back to those earlier the playlist of mastering the basics if you want to see sort of see the breakdown of how to break down the shooting script, how to make your shot list, how to go ahead and you know, do your thumbnails. We're sort of in a thumbnail stage right now. We're sort of moving the image to, because when I'm drawing, I try to edit at the same time, so I'm not wasting time going, okay, I have some cool shots, but they don't mix with the other shots well, or whatever it might be. So I have some fun with that too. And here I'm showing you today with the layer comps. Other times I use the simple animation process through Photoshop. Other times I'll bust into some other programs too. So you can see Storyboard Pro, you can see Storyboarder, some other programs, as I do my boards and things like that. But today we're sort of sticking with the Photoshop and having some fun with it. Again, if you're getting some great value, please consider subscribing, as well as, throw a like down there, throw some comments on it. I really appreciate it, in terms of what we're doing. So, okay, so let's have some fun, putting this together real quick. And let's start with a huddle. I think before we go hit the rink, let's have our group of 5 or the 14 gals or 5 of them together. Let's get them all together real quick and sort of have that team huddle real quick, and then we can bust out with something on the track, and have some fun with that. Okay, so let's keep going. I'll take a sip of my coffee. I appreciate everybody joining. Thank you so much. I'm catching this on the live stream or on the replay. Okay, so now we're back into Photoshop. I've showed you how I laid it out, and let's go ahead and sort of let's get these young ladies rolling here, and bring that layer to the top, and see what we can do. Okay, and we could either have the team huddle, and maybe we have some different players that pop up, whatever it might be. So let's get the huddle real quick, and if I'm gonna just do this quick because it's like I'm just thinking of the ring itself. I'm thinking of an arcing thing here. You have the rink. You have the different gals in here, all sort of huddled in, and so I'm just going to sort of try to get some sort of basic cool composition going. Let me thicken this brush a little too thin, and just sort of just get these players in there as they're working and talking together. All these gals. This brush is acting funky. Come on, brush. Work with me, man. Work with me. Oh, we can't see the Photoshop. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't turn Big Paul off. Hold on. Going back. Boop. There we go. Sorry, guys. Thanks for shouting that out, Maria. Okay. So, right now I am sort of laying out a shot here of all of our players. How are we going to be talking to each other? They're going to do their team huddle in terms of what you're doing. So I'm sort of looking at that. We can move this around a little bit. We talk about a rule of thirds. Where's the focus point? Those type of things. Sometimes when I'm doing boards, I will, whatever the focus area is, sometimes I'll look at the horizon line. Maybe we could, the other things that might be fun too is you start with their skates and then you pull up and then there's the crowd. But for this one, let's just leave it like this. Leave it off centered so your eye is drawing this way too. Maybe we might have one more player joining in the crew coming in. Okay, there we go. Okay, so just simply, all I'm doing right now is just thinking of shapes of the different women here in terms of what you're doing. Maybe they don't have their hats on or anything like that. They could have their helmets on right now. I'm just sort of thinking simple right now. Just thinking of the different players and just quickly just drawing. Maybe it's like number 1, 3, you know. You can have some fun with it, and so all the girls are in there. Whatever. We have all the girls huddling up in there to have their huddle. Maybe we can move the camera underneath the girls and have the camera looking up. Maybe we can do something like this. They're all talking. We're coming into that shot, and then maybe, okay, so let's run number, I think it's 9, 11, 10, 11, so we're on number 11. So this would be 011. This would be our next layer comp. So let's sort of take a quick look at what this looks like. So we start off with the blank canvas. Boom, lights come on. Skater comes into frame. Boom, out of focus. Roller girls. And now we get into the group itself. Okay, they're doing their team huddle here, and we're sort of playing with that a little bit. And let's get to the next shot here. So the next shot, we would turn this off. We'd add another layer in there, and maybe this layer is an interesting shot. So maybe the camera's on a worm's eye view, looking up at the girls. So maybe we just have all the girls' faces here. So I'm just sort of like this, and they're sort of all looking in to the shot. They're all talking. I'm just coming up with those ideas. And you're just sort of looking at them all. Huddling, talking. Okay, so they're all huddling, and what we can do with this shot too is add a quick little background layer here. How about we don't do that? Leave their faces clear. So we can see all the girls talking in the huddle. Like that, and they're all huddling in. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So, okay, cool. Let's create another layer. 0, 1, 12. Okay, let's sort of see what we have going on, friends. Okay, so again, we start off with the blank. Lights come on, skater comes in, comes in view, passes by, roller girls. Blank slate, girls are huddling together, and then they're having their team huddle. And then what we could do is, if we needed to, come back to that shot where they're all huddled together. And they can have all their hands together real quick, so we can add one more layer to this real quick. Okay, where they have all their hands in. Have all their hands in. Okay, so we can go back to that shot, add another layer comp, do something like that. So okay, so let's see how that looks. Let's just go back a few steps here. Okay, so the roller girls, boom, all huddled together, all the hands in, and then let's do a team break on that next shot. So what we could do is just do a little bit more of an establishing shot with all the girls to show you where they're at. So I'm just going to add another layer. Cool. So we'll do this as sort of like a background layer here. So let's have some fun here and just sort of have the track and the building they're in. Got a quick little simple background. When I'm boarding, I'm just coming up with ideas. I'm trying to make these things disposable. I'm not trying to do any type of, and I think I've mentioned it many times, I'm not trying to do anything super fancy. I want to quickly, because we've done, what, 13, 14 shots right now, and just cranking them out and just getting the storytelling. We're trying to tell the story. I don't want to fall in love with these drawings yet. I want to make sure that I'm clear. I might tighten these up a little bit for clarity, to make sure that you, the audience, understand what you're looking at, and shaping up those images. But I'm trying to be very conservative on my lines. The more lines I'm dropping down, or if I'm not drawing with a swoop or something like that, I'm just sort of going tat, 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 tat. It's just taking a lot of extra energy, a lot of extra little lines. And, you know, what happens when I go to revise this for myself before I even show this to my client or director. They might say, that shot out, I want to see something like this, Polly, and what can you do for me on that? Or, you know, all the women look the same. I want to see where's Big Mama in this this particular shot. All you're doing is drawing a bunch of fancy models, you know. Give me some diversity in there, you know, different nationalities. Give me some different looks. Give me a little bit grittier, you know. You know, those might be all different, you know, notes I might be taking down as I do various different iterations of the sequence. But before I deliver this, I want to make sure that I'm on point. I'm reading the script. I've asked a lot of questions. I've done my research, and I'm putting these thoughts and ideas together to deliver a great performance in the visual storytelling of what I'm doing. So let me go back to this other shot real quick, and thanks for Maria for telling me to turn Big Polly off and go back to Little Polly so we can see the Photoshop files. Thanks so much. Appreciate that. Appreciate the feedback, friends. And I appreciate everybody joining in on the live stream and the chat. So I hope you're getting some great value out of this as we're having fun with this right now in this sort of thumbnailing version of a roller derby. So cool. Let's turn this off. Let's go back to what we're doing here. So I was in the middle of drawing this next shot, and the next shot I want to see is all the ladies throw their hands up into the air and sort of have some fun with it. They just got done, you know, doing their little cheer. They're all together. So I'm just sort of thinking right now of how we can do that. And I'm sort of thinking as, you know, basic shapes, you know, in terms of what we're doing here. Maybe this one's got her legs kicked up with the rolled eyes on it. Oh. This pen, I don't like this. We're just sort of drawing all these characters in here. I can add another little background layer here just to bounce off the back. We want our eye to focus on the ladies, so what I can do with this one is just get a bigger brush and just sort of, I can either do something like that, or I can just simply go, okay, cool, let's grab this layer, throw down a black layer, boom. So all we're trying to do is quickly just knock this out. Let's see what this was. Okay, so then I can just come back in and just sort of pull my ladies out. So What I'm just doing is erasing some of that back image there. I'm not really focused on anything yet. I'm just sort of drawing the girls, just showing what I'm doing. Oops. Okay, so let's say they're all cheering and having a good time. Okay, cool. And then, so let's do this on 12:13. Let's go 0:14. And then this next shot, what we'll do is we'll have the male ref come in to the shot here. Let's see how this looks. Okay. Okay, so we sort of got the idea of what we're doing. Girls talking. Okay, you're gonna go to the, who's up first or whatever they're saying. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, go team. And then the next shot we'll have is we'll have the ref come into the shot. Okay, file save. Okay, so we have all that going on right now. Let's throw our ref coming into the shot. He's going to come from stage right. Throw another layer in here. He's going to come in. Have his helmet on. He's going to pull out his whistle. So he's going to come out of this area here. Okay, so he came out. And then what we can do is have him like this. Oops. Add another shot. Let's be 0015, 01515, boom. Okay, so he popped into the shot. And then what I can do too is I can duplicate his layer. Go to that one, and then he can go and he can blow his whistle like this. So we're going to move his arm. This is where layer comps and stuff can give you a hand. We're going to put his hand up here. Put his hand like that. Just make it real simple. Just sort of looking. Okay. The other thing too we can do is we can move these. Could have moved the girls too, but let's go like that. Leave it like that for now. This is where we can edit ourselves and have some fun with this. I think we're on 0116. And the other thing we can do too is we can get rid of that, and then take this sequence here, move that camera to make it interesting. This doesn't mess up my... Let's not do that. Okay, let's do like this. I think it's going to mess up my shot. 016, because I was thinking about maybe do a close-up or something. We'll move up and on him. Or what we could do, let me just see how this looks. So girls are cheering, he comes in. Then what we could do is in this next shot, we can lose all this stuff here. Duplicate him. Okay, then what I could do here is on, turn that off, turn that on, let's get him bigger. Edit, transform, scale up. I'm going to scale him real quick. As he blows a whistle. And we can add the new layer here. There's some sort of leak patch there. Okay, let's do that as number 17. Let's sort of see how that looks. Comes in, blows his whistle. Whoop. And then what we could do is copy this layer, duplicate that. Turn that layer off. And then, let's see, 118. Girls are there, blows his whistle. Oop. Would be sort of funny with that shot. Let's go back to that shot again. I'll copy that shot. Turn that off. I was thinking that it would be sort of funny if all the girls looked back and they were gave him a sort of mean look to him. Let me just see. Okay, the break. Let's put that in there. We could always delete it. 19, I think. Okay, so okay, let's start it up again from the beginning. So shot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and then I think the next shot after this is we'd want to show the rink. And I'm sort of going on the fly, friends. Here, let me take a quick little coffee sip. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat. I'd appreciate it. I don't know if you're... Tell me what you're up to. Are you drawing along? Are you drawing your own roller derby? Are you working on something else? Throw it in the chat. Curious what you're working on in terms of what you're doing. Take a couple sips here, and then I'm going to go and we'll draw a few more shots here. Because I have this one shot I want to take on. Yeah, let me know what you're up to. Are you drawing? Are you hanging out? What you got going on? Okay. Okay. I think the next shot we're going to have is we're going to have something of the roller track itself. So let's quickly sketch that that track out real quick. So I'm just sort of thinking of this shot of the roller track itself. You have your center line here. You have some outer lanes up here. You have the crowds. A lot of folks. Watching. Yeah, the rink itself. Now, this would be the point where I'd go back in and get some reference and things like that. You know, maybe we have our maybe I'll have my all of our people here, all the girls here. Yeah, with their skates. In terms of what they're doing, you have the crowds. Maybe these guys here a little bit smaller. Something like that. You have the other players in the middle here. And then what I could do is add another layer in there. Maybe we have the people, the crowds. Drop that down a little bit. Track itself. Like that. There's the track itself with the players on the track, something like that. Okay, so we got 19. Let's go to 20. So, like I said, you got the girls. So here the team huddles up. Hooray! Ref comes in, blows a whistle, let's get started. Girls are there, we're on the track. Everybody's cheering. And then what's our next shot from there? Okay. Hey, what's up, BNZN.D? How's it going? Good to see you on. Loved your artwork. Thanks for sharing your artwork over on Instagram for me. I appreciate that. Thanks so much. Okay. What I would say, I'm not going to repeat what I was doing, but I'm glad you're able to jump onto the live stream. When you get a chance, just watch the replay, and it'll catch you right back up. We're working on a sequence right now of a roller derby. I went into the history of roller derbies, how they work, and stuff like that. And then when you get a chance there, just watch that replay, and we can go from there. But let me quickly run through the shots we have right now, so you can sort of see what we got going on. So right now, this is what we have going on. Shot 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and we're doing the roller derby. Yeah, cool. Okay, so, and what did you say? Phew, caught you live again. Yay, cool. I'm glad you were able to join on. Thanks. Just got home. It's snowing here again in Canada. Yeah, tell me about snow. Over here in Pennsylvania, I'm right here, and I had to drop off my son over at university for his spring semester, and ran him over to Lake Erie. And man, boy, we got there, dropped him off. There was snow everywhere, but nothing falling yet. And we had a big snowstorm hit over here in Pennsylvania. I don't know how many. I know at least we got close to a foot right now. I don't know how much more it's snowing right now. But my wife and I were able to get back home just in time. It was already snowing by the time we made it back over the mountains over here. And boom, we're piled in. I'll be digging first thing in the morning tomorrow morning. So I hope the snow's not too bad for you over there in Canada. So cool. So I'm over here on this shot right now. I just sort of did an establishing shot of the rink. Like I said, I just get enough data down in terms of my strokes to give me the idea of where I want to go with this on sort of my thumbnailing process. And then I'm going to have the ref blow the whistle real quick, and we're going to get these rolls going over here. So, okay, let's close this off here. I'm going to add another shot in here. Throw a quick save. And then let's get that shot with this guy in here. So I'm just sort of thinking right now. I'm going to have him blow the whistle here. Get this match started. Just drawing the referee here. Get him like that. Let's do another shot of him. Which one are we on now? 21 or 22, I think. I think it was 22. No. 21, okay. And then we'll do another shot, duplicate this shot. And let's zoom in a little bit as he blows the whistle. Like that. Okay. 022. Okay, let's take a look what we got cruising here. Look at the girls coming in. Okay. Blow the thing, and now next shot we have. Get a new layer on there. Okay, let's get these girls ready to rock and roll, and see what we can do here. We're gonna blow the whistle, and then let's do something like this. Let's get the rink down a little bit, so just how it is like this. Get the rink. Something like that. Yeah, the crowd. Whatever. Rink is coming up like that. Add another layer. Just thinking of those different women here. As we're going. I don't like this right now, but let's get rid of that. Let's try this one more time. I'm just sort of thinking of some of my stuff here. Just thinking, let's make this a little bigger. Whistle one off. sort of get him going. Oh, come on, pen. Boy, I don't like this pen. These brushes. Getting jammed up here with that brush. Let's change that brush. It's causing too many troubles tonight. I'm just trying to get these characters going. You're really in the flow right now. Yeah, I'm just trying to get it going here. Okay. All the other characters are in there. Those are going through. They're trying to take off. Let's get a quick little, I want to show the characters all taken off a little bit here. As they're going here, then what we could do is let's capture that as 023. So let's just sort of show what we got going on. Okay, so we have the whistle, first whistle blows, scrolls go. Everybody's lined up. Second whistle, boom. Blows. Girls are taking off. And then what I can do is turn that off. I think it was this shot here. No, it's this one here. Duplicate layer. And then what we can do here, was it just that? Let me see here. Okay, let's get this a little bit bigger. Like they're coming towards you. Oop. Where are you? Edit, transform, scale. Drop that down a little bit. So the girls are going to be coming towards us. And then we could do something like this where we just quickly change the direction of certain things here. Whereas like this hand here could be a, we're just roughly laying this out, you know. So we can sort of do it like this, and that's 24. As we're roughing this out real quick, so we can sort of show whistle blows. Oh, I don't like that. What happened here? Delete that layer. Delete that one. Let's see what happened. That was our background. I think I copied the wrong layer. Oh shoot. Son of a gun. We can still save that one. Okay, so we sort of have this one. Let's just do it like that. And be 023. And then I would duplicate this one. Turn that layer off. just, I won't do the movement this time because we just lost all that energy there. Go like that. O24. So let's go back to the beginning and see what we have going on, friends. Okay. Let's see what we got cooking here. Okay, so lights come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Cool. So we're doing pretty good of this sequence of shots. Let me take a quick break here. I might just skip a couple parts because I had a couple cool shots I wanted to do. But let's see how we're doing here. Let me get back over here. And let's turn on Big Paul. Anybody got any questions or anything while I have the live stream going? Wanted to throw a couple more shots in. It's already 2 a.m. over here. We've been working on this for a little while now. So it was almost 12 to 1, 1 to 2. Yeah, a couple hours here. There's a couple other shots I wanted to try to do, or at least try something real quick, and call it a night. And hope you're learning a lot, and I hope you're having fun and enjoying this live stream right now. Again, if you're getting great value out of this, please consider subscribing, and you know, throw a like down, throw a comment down. I'd appreciate that. I hope you guys are all having a fun time here at home, and you're learning as much as you can and getting some great value. No questions. I'm just, that's funny. I'm just eating right now. Cool. Enjoy what you're eating. I know you just got home. Well, cool. I appreciate you joining in. Okay, let's go back to Little Polly. Let's do a couple quick more shots, and I'm going to call it a night over here. So, okay, let's go like this. Yeah, no problem. Happy to share. Okay, so the next shot I'm going to have is so I'm going to have one of the skaters. Throw a new I'm going to have one of the skaters in there. I'm going to have her work pretty quick here so I can get some rest. Busy day tomorrow, so let's just say that's the line there. And let's just go got the skates, get the nub on the skates. Those skates in this shot. There it is. Skates are going. Thanks for joining in, Maria. Appreciate you joining in. Thanks so much. Maria says, see you next stream. We'll watch again soon. I made sure to hit the like button. Thanks so much, Maria. You have a good night. Thank you so much. Cool. Good night. Okay. Let's see here. And then I wanted to go like that. I'm gonna have fun with this shot too. Let me just see here. Drop that down to a tad bit. Let's see. Gotta recalibrate my pen here. I'll make her the jammer. Oh, come on, pen. So we got her there. Let's get 126. Okay, now what I would do is I go duplicate that layer, turn that one off. Like that, move her up a little bit. A couple more other layers here. And then what I would do is just go like this, move our arms. We're sort of, in a sense here, animating here. Okay. Okay. And what we do is we'd get her like this. her hair would be like that. So we can go like that. That'll be a quick little shot. 26. See how that looks. We can play around with that too, so we can go like that. Get this like that. Go back to that shot. Go to 28. So you can sort of get an idea of what I'm doing here, so you just sort of she's skating by. Yep. Let's see here. And then what I could do is take this shot here, duplicate this one, and what I could do is grab this one and have her transform distort, go like this, come down, add some like this, go to 29, see how that looks. Now what I could do is duplicate that one more time, duplicate layer, like this, and then what we can do with her, she's going to shoot up like that, and then I can go erase this. Arm like this. What I'll have her do like that. And what we're going to do is grab her arms. This. Let's get that at 30. Okay, and then the next shot I'm going to do. Let's do this real quick and I'm going to call it a night. Is I'm going to have her just go and get that cut down. Shrink her down a little bit. And I sort of have her, I'm trying to do here, let's shrink her down a little bit more. Rotate her down so she's coming up. Like that. Let's duplicate that, duplicate layer. And what we're going to do is what she was there. Something like that, like she was going over, jumping. Like this. And then behind here we just have the other skaters. And so then what we can do is go like this. And one more there. So we're making an animated sequence in a sense. So we call this one 31, and 31. Oh, 32. Oh, 33. And then one more shot. And maybe we're doing something like this. Thicker here. We're going to call this a night. I got to finish this up. A little bit of a long one tonight. Here's my, there we go. Okay, we're going to call that. Let's put that on as number 1. So let's do that. Oh, 34. 34 shots. Let's save that real quick. Okay, and then let's watch what we were up to all night. Okay, so again, I appreciate everybody hanging out with me tonight, whoever's left, and having a good night. So let's watch this final sequence and see how it sort of turned out here. Okay, it's been a little bit of a long one. I wanted to try to get some stuff done here. So, shot 1. This would be back 1. 1, 2. Lights come on. Skater comes from the distance. Skater comes closer. Full comes to camera. Turns. Blurs the screen. Roller girls. Teams huddling up. Okay, they're making their plays. Teams together. 1, 2, 3. Cheers. Ref comes in. Blows the whistle. Let's get going, ladies. Beep. Back to the ladies. Establishing shot of the roller rink. All the crowd is going wild. Blows the whistle. Start the 2-minute jam. Boom. Blows the whistle. Girls start going, taking off. Coming closer to camera. Skates rolling. This one's getting speed. The jammer's coming through. She's picking up speed. Squats down. Leaps. Goes up into the air. Jumps over the other girls to get the first lap. And drops down. Okay. Well, very cool. Again, I hope everybody had a good time tonight. Went a little long tonight. I hope you get some great value on watching this on the replay. Pretty much just going off the top of my head. Again, if we were going off a shooting script, we would be looking at the shooting script and putting together those shot lists from there. And then we would go do our research on roller derbies and the different outfits, the different types of characters that we're creating based on the script. Put that together and we do our thumbnails, how I'm sort of doing today. So today I used Photoshop and I used the layer comp system to keep all my layers and flip to the different shots that I produced for tonight. And I hope you got a lot out of it here if you're on the live stream. So I'd like to thank everybody who joined in the live stream today. I got Spicer who joined in. Maria was here for a while. Benzin.d joined in again. So I appreciate everybody hanging out on the live stream and you folks at home joining here on the replay. If you enjoyed what you watched in this live stream, please consider subscribing. Don't forget to hit the bell notification button so you don't miss another live stream or one of my other videos or shorts. And then again, if you like the video, please shoot down a like or a comment. I'll leave you with my contact information for any business inquiries or anybody would like to get in touch with me, please do so. Instagram is a great way to DM me as well besides email. And I look forward to seeing you on the next live stream. Till then, take care and I'll see you next week. Have a great night, everybody.